Well, hello there. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hi, Bill and Becky and Robin and Val and Mary. Hi, how you doing? Yes, this is me. I got a new look. I thought after having a birthday, I might want to change up a little bit since I don't know what I want to do with my hair. So what do? You buy you some hair. Try it out. So, how's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, it's hot here too, Becky. It is hot here in Maryland. I stay in as much as possible, so I'm not getting a lot of that heat. Hi, Marissa. How you doing? And thank you, Bill, for the belated happy birthday. Oh, hi, Stacy. Hi, everybody's coming on in here right on time. So glad everybody could make it. And I just want to say welcome to everybody that's here and welcome to everybody that is watching the replay. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And join in the fun with comments and everything. Hi, Ann. How are you doing? So I have several people in here tonight. Great. Everybody's coming in. Thank you. Thank you, Becky. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair. I don't know. I know I showed the pictures last week. For those of you all that saw the live or the replay, and I showed pictures where I wore dreads years ago and loved them and everything. But as you get older, your hair texture changes, and I have yet to be able to get my dreads to do the way I want them to do. So I don't know what I'm gonna excuse me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But for now, I'm gonna do this. And you might see something different next week. Who knows? I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. Hi Marina, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi Terry, thanks for joining. Is all the gangs watching where you are, Terry? Have them tune in too. Watch and see what we're gonna do tonight. And Marissa, how you doing? So, and next to you, LLC. Hola from Miami. Why are you in Miami? Anyway, you're down there in Florida, enjoying the sun. And you say you have the right to change. We have the right to change our hair. Isn't that the truth? Women do that. So you're not in Miami. Okay, good. All right. Well, I was just wondering. Anyway, but yeah, women normally change their hair up all the time, which is difficult to do when you're wearing dreads. You can't change your hair up. You're just kind of stuck. You can put it up, put it down, or you can stick something on top of it. So again, like I said, I have not yet decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I'll do something. So, Marina, you said my hair has a one-track mind in the heat and humidity, frizz and unruly curls. Well, mine has a one-track mind, period. Doesn't matter whether it's heat, cold, or whatever. Like I was saying, the texture of your hair, what I've noticed, the texture of my hair changes every time I cut it. And when I grow it back, it's a totally different texture. It's still real soft and it still has natural curls, but it's never the same. And anyway, this is me for now. Until next week, who knows what that's going to be. So I do appreciate everybody joining in today. And like the title of today is Christmas in July, thus the background. And I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but I don't have all that weird craziness going on like it was last week because I now have a green screen, which was a gift. So, sometimes when you speak it, things happen. And so the green screen makes the background natural, and I don't have all of this crazy weird um, stuff going on that was going on last week with the other one. Hi, Eve Mar. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So, my conversation tonight with Christmas in July is pretty much in just well, I'm not going to say so much informative because we're all aware of Christmas in July. But what I wanted to just kind of point out, since it is July, and I'm pretty sure all of you have noticed, as I have the whole month of July, everybody tends to be having Christmas in July sales. Hi, Jackie. How you doing? And the embroidery industry is no difference. And I just wanted to point out a few places that really have some pretty good gifts, or not so much gifts, but gift ideas, as well as sales on designs and what have you. And in case you're interested in it, I'll point them out, but also to just kind of briefly discuss about some of the things that we can be thinking about as far as getting ready for Christmas. And some of us may be doing craft fairs and what have you. And now is a perfect time to buy designs and anything else related to our craft because they have tons of sales going on. Most of them are for the rest of the month. Some of them have ended. They were like the earlier part of the month, I guess, but some of them are still going on. And hi, Janet from Texas. How you doing? Thanks for dropping in. So that's what I wanted to point out today. And of course, as always, please feel free to join in with any information that you have. And let me see which one I want. Yeah. Don't forget the questions in the comments because all of the information that we can share with each other is greatly appreciated. And Marina, you said you've noticed a huge change after menopause. You know what? Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know. That could very well be what goes on with our body and our hormone and all of that, talking about hair and stuff. I'm pretty sure that does have, matter of fact, I know it does, not pretty sure, I know it does with the hormone and changes and stuff like that. So that does have an effect on our hair. And Anne, you say you're starting on Christmas presents now, which is kind of what I wanted to point out, is that this is a great time to start on Christmas presents and gift giving ideas, vendor fairs, if you haven't already prepared for them, or if you're going to prepare for them coming up for the holiday season, the back to school seasons, what have you. Now is a great time to kind of stock up on designs. And one of the first places that I wanted to talk about, and I really wanted to show these sites, but again, as I try to figure things out, I realize that I need other stuff. You never get enough stuff for some reason. I wanted to show some of the sites, but it appears like I need to have a second monitor, which I don't have. Looked into it, so that'll be coming eventually, where I actually can have two monitors, where I can have one screen talking to you, another screen showing websites and what have you. But wanted to point out one site, if you guys are not familiar with that site, and that is embroidery design. Now, I've spoken about embroidery design before, and that is the website for Dime, DIME, and I think that's Design in Machine Embroidery is what the DIME stands for, and they have lots of tutorials and videos that they do. And I think Creative Applique, Dawn with Creative Applique, is affiliated with them in some form or fashion because she does a lot of her videos where she I guess it's sponsored by Dime. But anyway, I went onto their site and they have a huge sale going on Christmas in July where you can get a lot of designs, period, but a lot of Christmas designs that are out there and they're very inexpensive. I mean, very inexpensive. And it might be something that you want to look into if you're not familiar with going on there. I have bought designs from them for $1 or less. I think I've gotten some for 75 cents in the past. I don't know if they have any of the 75 cents one or the 99 cent ones going on now, but I know they have the ones for $2 or $3 and less, and a lot of them are Christmas designs, so you can really find, and they're good designs. And I don't know if I should be saying this on YouTube or not, but the one thing that I have found, which is difficult for people to find, and I'm assuming they have the license for it, so I'm not going to worry about it because it's not me doing it. But they have some Disney characters that you can actually buy and download. And I know you can get Disney characters from a whole lot of places. And I think the copyright infringement part is when you're actually downloading them to make and sell. But if you're just downloading them to make for yourself or to gift, then I don't think there's a copyright infringement involved. But I just wanted to mention that they do have several Disney characters, various different Disney characters that you can purchase if you're interested in anything like that. They have those. And Bass Chick creates. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. And you said something about you can show two screens with um, Stream Labs app, I guess. I got to look into that. Now, on here, I could share a screen, but when I was, and again, I'm not as technologically inclined as I would hope to be, but I couldn't figure out a way to share the screen and see myself. And so I didn't want to be talking behind a screen so much. And I couldn't figure out how to change it to the screen that I wanted it to go to. So, and it did recommend that you have two screens. So, and I have StreamYard. So I have to look into that and see how that goes. And it was somebody else. Hey, Crafty, how you doing? Juana, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Who else popped in? Janet, how you doing? Let me see if I missed anybody that popped in while I was talking. I don't think so. And yes, you say you came across their site yesterday and lots of design there. Yes, it is a lot of designs that are on the the embroidery design. Also, embroidery online is another one that has a site, a Christmas in July sale on designs. Their designs vary in prices as far as their sales are concerned, but I know they have a lot of them that are 50% off. And that is the OESD site, I believe it is. It's called Embroidery Online. And they have quite a few designs on sale as well. Um, wrote a list of them. All Brand, which doesn't sell designs, but they do sell embroidery products. And they have their Christmas in July sale going on. Let me see, who else do I have on here? Embroidery Library. Now, I did not find a Christmas in July sale on Embroidery Library. And Embroidery Library is one of my favorite embroidery sites because their designs are spot on. I don't think I've had any issues at all with any of their designs. So I do like to use them quite a bit. They did not have any Christmas in July sale going on. However, the reason I wanted to bring them up is that if you go onto their site and Google Christmas in July, then several pages pop up with Christmas, all kinds of beautiful Christmas designs. They were not on sale, but they have a huge, beautiful array of Christmas designs that you might be interested in. Now, the one thing that I do want to mention, and I don't think it's too late now, they have a Christmas club that you can join free. And what it does, and usually it's good to join the first of the year because they add up all of the money that you have spent throughout the entire year. And according to how much you have spent, they assign points to them. And I don't remember exactly what the point is because I haven't bought a lot of designs from them this year because I've bought so many that I've not used and a lot of Christmas ones as well. So I kind of scaled back. But once you have when their Christmas club ends at the end of the year, I believe it is, then you get those points, I believe, at the beginning of the year, and you can save 10, 15, $25 or more on more designs, of course. So it's a savings club. So that's something that you might want to look into. And somebody's saying Dime has free designs too. And yes, they do. And you say you go for free first. I go for free first on every site that I go into. Every design site that I go into, the first thing I look for is their free design. If they have free designs, then I will check them out to see if it's something I'm interested in. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And Trisha, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I see you said Embroidery Library does have a 65% off sale. And they tend to have a sale of some kind every week or every 2 weeks or what have you. But they have sales going on all the time, Embroidery Library. That's one reason why I have so many designs from them and the reason why I haven't bought any in a while. Because, like I said, I have a boatload of designs from them and they have a wish list that you can put the designs, save your choices. And what I do, if I see something that I like that I don't get because it's not on sale or whatever, I put it in my wish list. And whenever they have the sale that says you can get 50% off anything that's not on sale or 65% or whatever the situation is on any design that's not on sale, that's when I go in there and start pulling them out and start buying them. So again, but they have excellent designs and they always have a sale. And Urban Thread and Embroidery Library is affiliated some kind of way. So I call them sisters. I don't know what their affiliation is, but they are affiliated some kind of way. So they interchange. And I know Urban Thread also has a sale going on now. My nose is itching for some reason. They have a sale going on now, and they're actually selling Halloween stuff. And they're not the only site that I've seen selling Halloween stuff here lately. So, everybody's jumping the gun. I don't like that, but they are selling Halloween stuff. But they do have sales going on. Um, Let me see. Did I miss anybody with a comment? Oh, Marina, you said that is that you? Dawn has an upcoming class with Dime using HTV embroidery and rhinestone. Is that the fusion fix? And I don't know if you remember me mentioning last week about the fusion fix webinar or class that I watched last week before last, but it had to do with HTV embroidery and rhinestone. And it was quite interesting. Now, the one thing that you have to be mindful of when they have those classes, they are very informative and intriguing and interesting, but their main goal is to sell products. And they can reel you in because of how they present them. So if you're open and willing and wanting to buy items, because they do have them on sale, if you attend their class, they have, I think, sometimes up to 30% sale on whatever it is that they're selling in that particular class, then that's a good opportunity. But it's also very, very informative. And I know I looked at the Fusion Fix, Fusion Fusion Fix, F as in Frank, IX, Fusion Fix class. And I believe it's the same one that you're speaking of that Dawn's going to do with Dime. And it, because it does have to do with HTV, embroidery, and rhinestone. And I have to admit, they reeled me in because I did buy their software because of that, because the way it was explained and everything. And I already have their tool shed, which is free. I have their monogram software, and I think it's another one that I have. So I've already bought a few software from them anyway, and that just adds to the tool shed. And I do like the way that you can do certain things with them. Now, I would not pay full price for the software, but since it was, um, I think it was 30% off, and then if you bought it, if it was a certain price, which it was a certain price, then you got an extra 10% off. So I think in total was like 40% off of their regular price. So it came down significantly. Marini said, I already do bling designs with Eve, Juana, Patrice, so I love that they use the stuff, or I use stuff already I have. And I have plenty of bling that I don't use. I got to get back to using it. I was looking at my bling the other day and I said, I need to get back to using my bling. I need to get back to doing my sublimation as well. Trisha, you said Stitchtopia has a weekly free design. And you know, that's something new. I didn't remember them having that before, but I think for the past month or so, I noticed that they have a weekly free design. I've not, um, I think maybe one design that I've downloaded because it wasn't anything else that I was interested in. But keep that in mind. They do, because Stitchtopia is another site. Trust their designs. Now they're mostly fonts. They do have some designs, but they're mostly fonts, and their fonts are beautiful. And Marina, you say yes, it is Fusion Fix. So watch it. I watched it. I know you and you had mentioned to me that you were interested in that, and that was one of the reasons why I watched it. Now that you're going to watch it, perhaps we can discuss it and maybe come up with some stuff. Hi, Tisha. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Glad that you could stop by because it's something that I want to show of you. But I was kind of waiting for her to get online to come into the chat, and the reason being, if any of you all remember, and I know I'm skipping around, we're talking about Christmas in July, but I just wanted to bring this up because it's kind of related. Um, Tisha made a mug rug for me that I showed all of you guys the Monday. I did. I don't have it anywhere near me right now, but she did a very beautiful mug rug design and sent it to me, and I stitched it out, and it came out beautifully. And she did it all with her Baby Lock Ventura, not with a software like Embrilliance or anything like that. And I was so impressed with it that I wanted to learn how to do it. And I know I had mentioned to her that I wanted to um, get with her and learn how to do that. Now, another friend of mine, Andrea, and I don't know if she's on here tonight or not, but she sent a video to me where someone had done a video of making something similar to that in their Stellar. The Stellar is a single needle machine, but it is also does also use my design center. So I thought about that and thought about that, and you know what? I even dreamed about how to do it because I was got like, I'm gonna figure this out. So I have to admit that I did figure it out, and I did a mug rug that, and hopefully you guys can see it. Let me know. I think you can see it. Where I created a mug rug and I got the little sewing material on the back, and so too we began embroidery on the front, and I did it all in the My Design Center without software. And the only thing I used was the picture of the little embroidery. I purchased that, but everything else I did the fonts and everything I did from the machine. So I was quite thrilled with myself that I figured out how to do it. And trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. But I was quite happy, and I will be putting a video up probably tomorrow showing how to do this. So look forward to that because I was determined to figure out how to do this because I thought that was so cool because I know I've already done 3 lessons on using my design center and all of the things that you can do on my design center. And a lot of people that have a brother machine, it does not necessarily have to be a multi-needle machine, but if you have a brother machine that does have the My Design Center, or if you have a baby lock machine that has the IQ Designer, then there is so much that you can do within that software component of the machine, other than just straight embroidering a design. The whole purpose of it is to do your own designing and to get your full value of your machine and what has come with the machine. It's probably, I want to say imperative that you learn how to use it and use it to your advantage because that's the whole purpose of it. It is so much you can do in it. And what I have figured out just by looking at some other videos and seeing what I've been able to do with it is pretty much a trial and error, figure it out, learn how to do it. Some of the things are basic, and once you get the basic down, and I think Tisha, you will um, concur with me. Once you get the basics down, then you can kind of figure out how to do pretty much anything you want to do on there. And hi, Christian. I don't think I've spoken to you already, but thank you, thank all of you for saying my mug is cute because I was quite pleased. I was quite pleased with myself that I was able to figure out how to do it, and also kind of tickled when I realized it's not hard. Now, what I will admit to, like I said, it was trial and error with getting the components together. And most of the things is, like Tisha is saying, is using the shapes. And she says so true, and is learning how so true, and is learning how to use the shapes in your machine. And that's pretty much what it is learning how to use the shapes in your machine and the functionalities of the icons and what they actually will do. Now, since you're on here, Tisha, I'm going to ask you a question because the one thing that I could not figure out how to do, and I did notice that that was also what I noticed on the design that you sent me. I could not figure how to get it to do a single stitch instead of a double stitch. I said I'm gonna figure it out, but I hadn't done that yet because I didn't play with it that much. I worked on it yesterday. Didn't do a good job. Then I did it again today. Did a much better job. And I'm going to do it again tomorrow for my video. And hopefully I will do a very good job because it's going to be on video. But it is a lot of try. It is trial and error, and it is playing with the shapes, and it is just trying to think about the process. And if you know how to put a mug rug together, if you've done enough mug rugs to know the concept, which is pretty simple, you have your position line that you put down first, then you have the tack down line for your batting, if that's what you're going to put on there, then the other tack down line for your material, and then you do the design and all that kind of stuff, and then you put the back on it. So that's like what, four or five steps, and that's pretty much it. So if you remember that, then you can make your own designs, and you can play around with it. And okay, Tisha, you say you can't do a single on the machine. You asked Jerry about it when she was teaching us. Okay, because I could not figure it out. I was like, I don't want double stitch. I want a single stitch. I could not figure out how to do it. So I'm having my wine. You guys join me, please. So I'm glad to hear that you checked that out. And you said, was the mug rug a in the hoop design? Yes, everything was done in the hoop. Everything was done from the machine. I did not have a design. I created my design. I created the entire mug rug from the machine itself. I didn't use any software or anything. Everything is done through my design center on the machine. So the only thing that went on the machine other than I did put that clip art in there because I wanted that little machine on there because it went with my theme. But other than that, everything that I used was in the machine itself. No software, didn't put it in Brilliance, didn't do any of that. I just went straight to my machine, went into my design center, and just started putting in the shapes and doing the whole process like that. And like I said, I'm going to do a video on it and put it on so you guys look forward to that and go through step by step how it's done. And hopefully those of you that have IQ designer and my design center, you can try it. And Tisha, you say I love making mug rugs and I have given them to many teachers. And I got tired of buying them, so I learned how to create them and add my own design. There you go. And the other thing is, this is I used the 5x7, and it was this shape. You can do different shapes. You can do squares. You can do a larger shape like this. You can do hearts. You can do flowers. You can do all kinds of shapes because the various shapes are in the machine, and you can just do that. Hey, Yola Bean, how you doing? How you doing? Long time no see. Thanks for stopping in. And Marina, you say I'm excited for that video. Okay, well just hang in there. Barring any issues, that's my plan for tomorrow. So hopefully that will work out. Let me see. Did I miss anything? Um, Becky, you said great job. Marissa, nice. Jackie, cute mug. Janet, that's awesome and so cute. Um, Tisha, wonderful is beautiful. Okay. And I want the photo stitch software for Tool Shed. I didn't know they had a photo stitch software from Dime. I have photo stitch software with Brothers PE Design 11, and I've not used it though. And you said I have the rhinestone kit for my brother's scan and cut. Haven't used it yet. Okay. And what else? So let me get back on track. Okay. I was talking about, as mentioned, embroidery design. Oh, designed by Juju. Can't leave her out. Designed by Juju always has a lot of Christmas designs, and they always have a lot of sales. And they have their, I think, spend $25 and you get a whole boatload of designs and stuff that they add on and fonts and what have you. Lot, and they're really nice. And I realize that's one of the reasons why I have so many designed by Juju fonts. I have so many. I did not realize I had so many designed by Juju fonts. And the reason being is because I've gotten so many of them free because I bought their $25 bundles several times, different bundles, of course. And you get all of these free stuff that they give you along with that. So that's another site that is very good as far as getting bargains for your Christmas in July. Now, there's one site that I wanted to mention, and that's Creative Kiwi. Now, Creative Kiwi has quite a few designs as well. And they not only have that, they put out a little blog that I was looking at. And well, first of all, they said they do have free Christmas designs, so you might want to check them out. And they said they have 80% off their current Christmas design. So that's a big amount of money. And then they're talking about they had a little blog message that they put out, and they were just giving out some suggestions for some gifts because I know somebody mentioned that they're working. I believe it's Ann that she's working on her Christmas gifts now. They mentioned they have a crazy patch bag. Of course, they have their notebook covers because that's what I did um, the Gemini, the zodiac sign. I got their zodiac sign designed to do book covers, glasses, case, and bookmarks. Um, we talked about freestanding lace a while back. A lot of freestanding lace is out there and on sale at these various sites for Christmas. So if you're interested in doing freestanding lace and doing them for gifts, the bookmarks are beautiful and they're inexpensive and they're quick and easy, and they're beautiful. So that's a good idea as a Christmas gift or like a little stocking stuffer. They also have a lot of how-to videos. Um, they have drawstring bags, large Santas or smiling Santas, the free split Santas, reading pillows, hooded towels. So those are just some of the gifts that they have available. And they mentioned that these are mostly for the kids, of course, like the hooded towels and reading pillows and the Santa Clauses. They also mentioned gifts for men because oftentimes we forget about men and the fact that they do like embroidery and even rhinestone. Some men like rhinestones, some men like embroidery, lots of men like sublimation. So, in the Hoop Notebook coasters for men, you can use the beer coasters, truck coasters, all kinds of different designs you can use to make coasters for men. And then the other thing that they mentioned was how to get rid of your stash of fabric by using some of these designs and stuff instead of going out buying more and more fabric. Just kind of dig through your drawer and see what you got. That's what I've been doing, trying to figure out because I bought a lot of fat quarters and half and quarter yards and half half yards of material and stuff back when I was doing the mask, and I have a ton of that. So I said, I'm not making masks anymore, but I got all these fat quarters and I don't quilt. So what I'm going to do with it? So mug rugs are perfect for that. And somebody's mentioning about zipper pouches and stuff like that. Those are also good. Um, Pot holders, trivets, beautiful trivets. Um, the other thing is what do you call these things? Utensil holders. I have a couple of designs for utensil holders. I've not used any of them yet, so that will be some of the things that I'm going to be working on for Christmas this year because I bought them last year and I haven't used them. Placemats, coasters, beautiful ornaments, and my mylar ornaments are packed away in the Christmas box. But that is a um, beautiful design for Christmas. If you find the freestanding lace design that is made for mylar, and I'm trying to remember where I got the design. I want to say I got it from Embroidery Library, but I can't swear to it. But I think that's where I actually put the mylar in there, and it sparkles and shine, especially when it's on your Christmas tree. It's so pretty. But that's something that you might be interested in doing. And you said that you make a lot of the zipper pouches and you want to do it faster if it's in the hoop project. Well, all of the zipper pouches that or zipper purse that I've done have been in the hoop. And Tisha, you can create your own coasters and pot holders too using the shapes. Yep, you can. And she's speaking of the shapes in your IQ designer or your brother my design. And what else? You said Pastor showed you a freestanding lace bookmark that you gave her last year. Becky, you were asking, and it depends upon in the hoop project. I would think a sewing no design bag would be faster. And Becky, I'm going to try freestanding lace this weekend. Real good, real simple. Freestanding lace. You can use your regular polyester thread or you can use rayon. They do recommend that you use the top and bottom thread the same. You can also use metallic thread that turns out to be beautiful. King Star is really great. Um, the needle, did I use a different needle? I think I 7511. I think I did. I don't think I changed my needle. Um, I don't think so. I don't remember doing that. But they do recommend that you slow your machine down so you don't do it that fast. And of course, I use Vilene water soluble stabilizer. That's my go-to. If you don't want that, use at least a thick water soluble stabilizer. The thin won't work because you're constantly puncturing the stabilizer. So you need to use something that is going to hold up to all of the puncturing that you do with the freestanding lace. And depending upon what it is you're making, it can vary in time frame. It can be really quick, like it was with the earrings that I did and the bracelet that I did. But if you're doing a kind of bigger lace design or what have you, of course it's going to be take a lot longer. And then they have the 3D designs that make beautiful, beautiful things with the 3Ds where you make the different parts and put them together. So yeah, you will enjoy that. And Marissa, I want to make a crossbody bag in the hoop. I've never made a crossbody bag in the hoop. I've made a crossbody bag. Uh, not in the hoop. Actually, the crossbody bag that I made, to be honest about it, I did it on my with my surgeon machine. I didn't do the only thing that I did that was embroidery. One of the panels, one of the front part, I did the front part and the back part. I embroidered on those before I put it together, but I actually put it together with my serger machine. Not, I don't think you're going to get a crossbody bag big enough in the unless you have a machine that takes a large hoop, at least bigger than, in my opinion, bigger than the 8 by 13 or 8 by 14 that you get with the multi needle machine that I have. That's the largest hoop. They're not going to be that big, depending upon the design. Because I know the purse that I showed you guys the other day, when that I got from Urban Thread, that just kind of like a little thin rectangular bag with the flip up. Now that was done in the 8 by 13 mighty hoop, and I think that's a, a 10 inch, 10, 11 inch long, and I don't know, 5, 6 inches tall, wide, or however you want to say it. So that's a nice little clutch bag. But as far as a crossbody, I don't know. If you find a pattern or a design for that, that would be cool. Let me know. I've never thought about doing a crossbody in the hoop in the embroidery machine, but that would be cool if you could do that. But I'm thinking you're going to have to do a combination of embroidery and sewing. I don't think that you're going to be able to do the entire thing in the hoop, but I could be 100% wrong. So if you find a design and you're able to do that, please let us know, because I would be interested in trying that as well. So I'm going to see who else did I want to mention. Um, I know mug rugs are the favorite. We talked about mug rugs, and I just wanted to show you some of the mug rugs that I've done for Christmas. And this is one that I did, and with the and I think I got these. Matter of fact, I know I got these fabric and stuff from a from Walmart during the holiday time when they were selling the holiday fat quarters. And this is another one that I did. And I like doing the mug rugs. Now this is actually the actual size of a mug rug that I like. I like this, and I think this is the 6 by 10 in the hoop, 6 by 10. I like this size the best. I've not found a lot this size, but this is what I like. And I think the one that I'm going to do tomorrow, that I'm going to create tomorrow, may be this size. I'm thinking, and probably this shape. That's what I'm thinking. Now, this one I wanted to show you because um, being creative, I did this one with Santa's beard and everything. And I said, I wonder what it'd be like if I decided to do it and actually gave him a beard. So I used some faux fur and I actually gave him a beard, and the fuzz around his hat. So I thought that was kind of different and kind of cute. So it's the same design, same design. I guess you can see it, but I just kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit with the faux fur on that. So So just being creative, the different things that you could do. So that's kind of what I did for Christmas last year before last, whenever I did it. Made a bunch of them. So I'll probably do some more and give them away this time. Give them away. And now for me, I've even seen them even listed as coasters. Because to me, they're mug rugs, but if they're not to me, if they're not this size, they're not that much of a mug rug to me. It's closer to a coaster to me. Because you're gonna put your cup there and ain't too much more you can get on here. Cookie maybe, whatever, I don't know. But that's just my take on it. So I don't know. Tisha, I can take the design you already created and enlarge it to a large. You can take the design you already created and enlarge it to a larger size. Yes, that's true. I and that's a thought. But I'm going to do it from beginning to end. So I probably I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I do want to show people the process of how it's done, so you can do it yourself. Because again, and my process may be different than your process, Tisha, because this is just something that I kind of figured out on my own. And I might even call you just to kind of put our notes together to see if I did anything different. And Tisha, do you digitize? Marissa is asking you, does she digitize? I don't think she does, but I'll let her answer that question. Because again, these are designs that are created in the machine by the software that is in the machine. That's what I need you guys to understand. It doesn't have the brother machine and the baby lock machine. Their IQ designer for the IQ designer for baby lock and the My Design Center for brother machines have their own little software, auto digitizing, whatever, built into the machine. And you go into the design centers and you create whatever it is that you want to create right there in that software component of that My Design Center or IQ Designer. So you don't have to digitize. You don't need any of those skills. You just need to understand your machine well enough to figure out how to do that. So she did say she does not digitize. And okay, Tisha said, I have IQ Designer and I just want to learn how to create my own design since the machine has the capability of designing files. So that's basically what I'm saying. And that's what she does. And that's what she did for the design that she sent me to do a mug rug, which I was thoroughly impressed because I did not know at the time that that was something that you could do because I had not seen anyone else do it, nor had I just didn't know that it could be done. So once she told me that she could do it, then all the light bulbs and stuff went off in my head. And I was like, okay, I want to learn how to do that. So I thought about it, and because I was already doing um, information about my design center, and I knew about some of the capabilities that my design center that you can do. And again, let me emphasize, she has a baby lock. I have a brother 10 needle machine. Hers is a 10 needle machine. But baby lock and brother are like sisters. And even though her software component says IQ Designer, my software component says My Design Center, they are so similar. There's just a few little things that are different, and mostly the icons are different, look a little different. But if you can learn one, you'll know how to do the other one. So all of that is done within the machine. And so, Marissa, you're saying is the software for all brother machines or just certain ones? It is, if you have My Design Center, and I know some of the newer machines, I don't know what all of them are, but I do know like the Stellar, probably the Dream Machine. I know the Luminaire, of course. Now I have Brother SE 1900. I don't have My Design Center on that because it's not one of the higher end models. So I guess I want to say the higher end models, the one that have the larger LCD panels, I guess would be a safe way of saying that. Um, Good night, Marina. Good night. Glad you could stop in, and I will talk to you later. And um one some of the higher end brother machines. So if you have that software, it's going to let you know. If it's a brother machine, it's going to let you know. It's going to tell you My Design Center. You'll see it when you pull it up on your LCD panel. So if you have a large LCD panel, then you can do it. And the My Design Center is in there. Even though, and that same thing with Baby Lock, even though the icons are different, they are in different positions, and some have more, some have less. The concept is the same because I did see this video where this lady had a Stellar and she did a pretty little, she called it a lollipop cover, where she made a design where she could cover and put the Dum Dum lollipops in it, and it was two sided. It was kind of like a mug rug, a little bit, and she designed the whole thing in My Design Center on her Stellar, and so I saw that video, and like I said, I started putting two and two together and thinking about it, and just like Tisha was saying, it's all about the shapes and understanding how they work, how the software work, because you need the shape, but you also have to learn the process. It's not just the shape, you have to learn the process as well. And Becky, you said my 10 needle has the design center, never used it before. And Marissa, Becky, you need to get busy. I had never used My Design Center either. I had my machine at least a year before I even went into my, well, I'm not going to say before I went into it. I just didn't know what to do with it. And I didn't see any videos to tell me what to do with it. Now, I do have the playbook and the Brother Playbook. And the Brother Playbook does tell you how to do some things in My Design Center, how to create shapes and how to merge shapes, how to do a few things. And that's kind of what I talk about with the lessons I have. I have 3 lessons up. And the first one is the overview of the icons of My Design Center. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I would advise you look at it because it goes over the majority of all of the icons that are available in My Design Center and what they are, what they do. And then the other one is can't remember exactly what it is, but it has to do with the scanning board. See, that's another thing a lot of people just have not done anything with. There's a scanning board that comes with your machine where you can literally scan in designs, scan in artwork rather, and turn them into designs. And I have a video on that that explains how that works, how you can create your own designs by scanning in a picture, a cartoon, a line art of some kind, and then manipulate it and make your own design that you can stitch out on whatever it is that you want to stitch out on. And then also there's a lot of quilting designs. I call them quilting designs, but they're not just for quilting, but they're stippling and all of that kind of stuff that can be done. I didn't even know what stippling was until I got my machine because I never heard of it before because I'm not a quilter. Um, but you don't necessarily have to be a quilter or use it on quilts to stipple because when I made this um, mug rug, I started to do stippling. This one you can't see. I have stippling on. Okay, this one. This one has stippling on it. You can see all of that, all of this stuff here. They all have it on there, but this one you can see the best. And I started to do it with this. I knew how to do it. It's just that you have to know when to place it to be done. And I forgot to place it in the right sequence to be done. And I didn't feel like going back over it, so I didn't do it. So I might do that as well, just as an added touch, because it's something that you can do. Um, Tisha, you said, I have created several designs using the scanning board. I stamped rubber uh, stamps and created embroidery designs from them. Okay. I haven't done that. I have not done that. Oh, images. Okay. Stamp, rubber stamp, because I didn't think you meant inmates. So you stamp rubber stamp images and created embroidery designs from them. Yeah, you can. Um, the one thing that I wanted to do and I have done, I just haven't been successful enough for it yet, was my signature because I wanted to be able to stitch out my signature on some things that I made, but I could not reduce it down as small as I wanted to be, and I haven't figured out how to do that. I scanned my signature into it, but I was not able yet to figure out how to get it as small as I want to. So that's something else that I got to mess around with. But I know it's probably possible to do. Um, Becky, you said I think it's on your single needle machine also. It depends upon what single needle machine you have as far as my design center or IQ designer. It is on single needle machines because Stellar is a single needle machine. Luminaire is the Dream machine. I don't know a lot of names of brother or baby lot machines, but you will know it. Um, T-shirt, I'll ask Jerry about scanning the signature next week when we have class. Okay. Like I said, I have my signature in there. I just don't have it small enough. So if you can find out how to reduce it down to where it makes sense to use, because mine was huge and I didn't want, I don't want it to be 6 inches long and all of that kind of stuff. I want it to be small. If you're going to put your signature somewhere, you don't want it to be ridiculous. You don't want it to be bigger than the design that you did. And I hadn't figured out how to do it yet. But that was something that I tried to do that a year or so ago, try to figure that out. There's a sizing selection. Did you try that? I did. I did try. Um, you know how it'll only when you're digitized, it will only go so small. It'll only go so small, and it wouldn't go smaller than it wouldn't go as small as I wanted it to be. That's where I am. And you know what? I did not try. You just made me think of something because I went as small as I could in my design center, but I don't think I brought it out into the embroidery component and try to reduce it down. And that just very well may work. Or save it into the B pocket and bring it over to Embrilliance and bring it down at the size I want. Light bulb. Didn't think about that. So I'll give that a try too. I'm gonna work this out. I'm gonna work it out. I'm going to work it out. Mm-hmm. Bring it into the embroidery and change the size. Right. That's what I didn't do. I forgot about that because I just wasn't putting it all together. And like you said, you can reduce it in brilliance because you had to do that last week. Again, I just thought about that too because it didn't. Those things did not dawn on me over a year ago, but they just dawned on me now. So now I know what to do. So I think I'll be able to do it. So yeah, like I said, I love having these conversations because it gets the juices flowing and you can figure things out and learn how to do certain things that you did not know how to do just by talking to all of us sharing our thoughts and ideas and what we have and have not done and so forth and so on and learn how to do more and more things on our machine. And so again, somebody was asking about the single needle machine. I don't know what machines you have, but if you have a brother machine or baby lock machine, you will know whether or not you have my design center on there somewhere. It's going to say my design center on there somewhere on that front screen and or IQ designer, so you'll know. But I do believe, well, matter of fact, I do know it's on one. It's usually on the higher end machine. I put it that way, and the ones I think that have the larger LCD panels. I know the ones that are less expensive and have the smaller LCD screens don't have it because my SC 1900 does not qualify. It's not it's not a higher end machine. So when I bought it, I wasn't even thinking about doing fancy dancy embroidery because I didn't know anything about embroidery. I just got it to do the basics because I didn't know anything else. And the more I got involved in it, the more I realized how much more you can do. And I do wish that I had invested in a little higher end machine. However, it does work to do whatever it is that I needed to do. If you want to get fancy dancy, then I do have my 10 needle machine. And that's one of the reasons why I do most of my stuff on my 10 needle machine. And most of the, well, I won't even say most, so far, all of my videos have been done with the 10 needle machine. And I know more people have single needle machines than 10 needle machines or multi needle machines. I understand that. But what I also know, just from my own personal experience, and this is one reason why I use the 10 needle machines mostly for my videos, is because you can find tons and tons and tons of videos about how to do something and they're using a single needle machine. You can't find that many videos on how to do something using a multi-needle machine. You just can't. A lot of people that have multi-needle machines use it commercially, and they're busy making money and doing some of the repetitive stuff over and over again. They do ball caps, they do ball caps, they do monogram, they do monograms, they do t-shirt, they do whatever they do. And that's all. I'm not going to say that's all they do, but that's the majority of what they do. So they're not really branching out using their machines to figure out how it does this, that, and the other. They're not doing that. Those of us that have the multi-needle machines and we're using them to do things for hobby, I guess, or crafting or what have you, we don't get a lot of information about how to do something. So when I see somebody make something or do something that I'm interested in learning how to do, I could easily go straight to my single needle machine and go ahead and do it or whatever. But I always want to challenge myself and say, okay, I saw how they did this on the single machine. Now, how can I make this work on my multi-needle machine? Because it's not always as simple. It's not always as simple because you don't have the flat bed. You don't, it's just not always as simple. I put it that way. So I challenge myself to learn how to do it. And then I try to show other people. So if you're interested in doing it, on a multi-needle machine, 10-needle machine, then at least you'll have a little guidance. So that's why I do that. Tisha, you said the home screen should say sewing, embroidery, and IQ designer in that order. And I would, Marissa, you're asking. I guess she already got it. I would like you to do a one-on-one with me. That would be good. Let me know if you do those. Um, what else? Oh, Tisha, you say you have the table that acts like a flatbed. That is true. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I thought about that. I thought about that as soon as it came out of my mouth that I could have put my table up when I did that one particular project, and it would have been a lot easier to do with a flatbed. And I did not put my table up because I did not think about that. But you are absolutely correct. That would have worked, I'm pretty sure. Um, so, so Marissa, do you have a baby lock or do you have a brother machine? I'm just curious. Just curious. And Tisha, you said I have never used my table. I like the support arm. Okay. Really? You don't use your table? I don't have the support arm. I started to do it. You had the PE 800 Brother Persona and a SWF 12. Okay. Um, well, I know for a fact the PE 800 does not have the IQ Design Center. The Brother Persona, I would venture to say it doesn't because if I'm not mistaken, isn't that still a single needle machine? Is just the big thing. Now, the SWF 12 is a multi-needle machine, if I'm not mistaken. So the the difference would be um, is the fact that it's not a brother or a baby lock. So, and Tisha, chime in, please, because you got 35 years of embroidery experience here, so you got more experience than probably all of us put together. So you're the godmother of here. I would venture to say that unless the SWF has a software program similar, then I don't know if I just don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. But I know the eight. Okay, you says you're right. None of those machines have IQ design or design. That's what I was thinking. Because I know the PE 800 does not. And I was almost certain the brother Persona did not. And because the SWF is not a brother or a baby lock, then it would not have those design, those that software. Now, if they have a software that is similar, synonymous, what have you, I can't address that. Uh, I think the SWF has software that can help you design, but I'm not familiar with that machine. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking not. I'm not familiar with that machine, but I'm thinking it probably would not have something similar to that. I'm going to Google. I don't think it does. What I'm reading, it sounds like they want you to buy. There is a Wings Drawing X Pro software, and it's the first embroidery software to be fully integrated with a graphic designing software. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it has a built-in software, but I'm not sure. I have ingredients that I use now. I bought Stitch Artist 1 and 2. So you're planning on learning how to digitize, which is cool. I have digitizing software as well. I just have not taken the time to learn how to digitize. But if Stitch Artist 1 and 2, and I think they have a 3, but if they're anything as user friendly as Embrilliance is, Embrilliance Essential and Enthusiast, which I have, then hopefully it won't be too difficult to learn how to use it. And I know they have tutorials, so that's cool. That's cool. But that still is different than what Tisha and I are discussing, um, because we're not using an external software. We're using the internal machine software to do what we've been talking about doing. So that's a totally different situation. Um, External softwares um, are designed, especially if they're digitizing software, to if they're editing software and digitizing software, they're designed to either create designs or assist in modifying designs, like in brilliance enthusiasts and essential are editing software components, and you can modify an existing design and turn it into a unique design. You can take designs apart, merge designs, um, and what have you, things like that, shapes and stuff. Um, and then of course, Stitch Artist 1 and 2 is their digitizing component where you can actually create designs. But that's just like a Wilcom Hatch, which I have. That's just like a PE, a Brother PE Design 11, which I have. That's like Chroma with Racoma. Um, what other software? I don't know about Mbird. I think Mbird is saying you can digitize with it. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Mbird. Um, and then there's quite a few others out there that you can actually digitize and create. But I don't know what other machines that are available out here that can actually allow you to do design creation within the machine itself, like the Baby Lock and like the Brother does. Now, keep in mind, there are limitations. You can't do everything. You can do a lot, but you can't do everything. With the scanning board that you have, you can scan in designs and you can manipulate those and turn them into beautiful art. You can use the design center shapes, and you can use all of their different uh, quilting designs that they have available, where you can add them to different things and make beautiful designs and what have you, that you can put on garments and what have you. But if you want to start from scratch or whatever, then that's a digitizing machine, digitizing software rather. Which again, like I said, I have yet to buckle myself down and try to learn how to do it. Probably, I do want to learn. I do want to learn the basics, the simple part of it, for two reasons. One, so I can recognize a bad design and hopefully be able to repair it in some kind of manner. And I want to understand the design itself, the underlay and the density and stuff like that, so you can make your design better if you choose to do so. Because I have bought bad designs that I wish I could have corrected in some kind of manner. You don't know that it needs correcting until you stitch it out. And if you do sampling stitching, then you can figure that out and then correct it. But I don't know enough about digitizing to even put my hand on it and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to fix this or change this or increase the density, you know, whatever. Is there a good enough underlay right there for the particular design, that the fabric that I'm stitching on and what have you? Stuff like that that would be good to know. And I don't know. I know enough to know what I don't know. I don't know enough to figure out how to fix it. That's the issue. And that's something that I wish I knew more about doing. But at this particular moment, I do not. But so get a brother, get a baby lock. I know the Stellar has it, and because like I said, this lady I was looking at was doing this using the Stellar, and she was using my design center. And Tisha, I'm going to go back to you about you say you have never used your table for support. Now, have you ever done a jacket bag? I was just curious because that's what I use my table for the most when I'm doing my jacket bags or any something big and bulky and heavy like that. That's when I use my table. And since I do jacket backs a lot, um, that's why that's the case. Um, the support arm, I chose not to get it at the time when um, I was thinking about it when actually when Andrea got hers, um, because I used the table and I didn't think I needed it. But now I know that I could use it. And I wish I had bought it. So it's on my wish list. I have a long wish list, and that's one of the things that's on my wish list to have because there are times when the table is not appropriate, but something is needed, and that support arm would have been very useful. I didn't think that I would, but but that's the case. And so you say you have not done any jacket backs, but um, you have done a lot of throws. Okay, and you don't use your table to do your throws, and your I guess your support arm carry well. It's the weight. That's the whole purpose of it is carry that weight. And I know that the support arm is supposed to do the same, but I would think that that would, for me, in my thought process, um, like I do the heirloom quilts, and that's what I've used the table for that as well, and the jacket backs, throws, stuff like that. I've made some blankets. That's what I've used it for. And so you said, no, I love the tubular support arm because it helps to keep the hoop supported and balanced. Okay. And I guess, it's the same thing as with the table. But I do see the need for the tubular support arm. I do see that. Because like I said, I didn't get one when I wish I had, now that I wish I had gotten them, but I didn't. So it's on my wish list with other things to get one because I do see the importance of having one. I did some jeans, and I went all the way down the leg of the jean, and I wished I had the support arm for that. That would have been great. And Marissa, I'm the opposite. I use the table, and I haven't used the tubular support. Yeah. Well, see, yeah, that's where I am, Marissa. I don't have one, but um, and I thought I didn't need one because I had the table. And I know I heard been a while back where some people were on Facebook talking about getting rid of their table because they didn't have any need for it. And I thought that was the craziest thing I had ever heard of. Why in the world would you get rid of your table? It came with your machine. I would not get rid of that table. I'm not getting rid of my table because I find my table very useful, even though it is cumbersome, even though it does take up space, even though it does get to be a little heavy to put on and off, but I find it necessary and useful. So I'm glad that I have mine and I continue to use it. But the tubular support arm is on my list. And if and when I get one, I will definitely be using it because like I said, I did some jean legs and I wish I had one at the time when I did those. And I did not. But everything turned out fine, but it would have been really great to have that tubular support arm. So, Marissa, how do you like your SWF? I think you're the first person that I've met so far that has one. I've heard they're pretty decent. How do you like yours? And would you consider, okay, Marissa, you said I want the quilting kit that goes with the persona, but they won't sell the kit without the table, and I have a table. Ain't that something? Sell the table. That might be an option. If you want the kit bad enough, sell the table and see how that goes. Sell the table. I would appreciate if you all don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That is so helpful. I always forget to ask, but a thumbs up always help, as we've talked about it before. Um, does help the channel. And Marissa, you said I like it. It had the box for 6 months before uh, taking it out. I guess that's your table. Um, does anyone do free lace, freestanding lace cut work? I don't know if you guys remember a month or so ago, I did a video on freestanding lace on some napkins that I did. Cut work, freestanding lace cut work on some napkins, and um, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. I was pleasantly surprised. Now I went on one of the sites that I like to go on, Royal Present Embroidery, Present. I don't know if it's present or present. I don't know how they pronounce it. Tisha, you say you saw that video, but you've never done the cut work. Now I was able to do the cutting and everything because that was pretty simple. But I went. Oh, you said you had the SWF in the box for 6 months. Um, did you take it? Oh, you did take it out. Okay, good. So hopefully you're using it. Back to the cut work. I bought this design from Royal Present Embroidery, and I know it's a foreign. I think it's British. I don't know. I think it is. Um, Site. They sell nice stuff too. I didn't see any sales on their site. Um, and this was a cut work. It was really pretty, really intricate. And I thought this would be so cute on a placemat because they were showing it on a placemat. And I said, oh, yeah, that's cool. So I bought some placemats and I was going to do it. Matter of fact, I pulled it out day before yesterday, over the weekend, whenever it was. And I said, I'm going to do a video on it because I'm thinking it's going to be similar to the one I did with the napkins. I was so wrong. First of all, my placemats were too thick for what this was for because of the cutting. But the cutting was so intricate. I said, I'm not trying to cut all these little holes out and this, that, and that. I'm not doing that. So now I have this design that I probably would never use. But I brought it up because I was scanning because I was looking up this pattern that I bought, and it's called Richelieu, Richilieu. I think that's French. Rich, like rich, and then it's Li, and it's Lieu. No, it's not Li. It's Richilieu. I was looking that up because I was I wanted to see if there was a tutorial on it. That's what it was. I was looking it up see who has a tutorial on this because I always like to say, okay, who else is doing this? And no English speaking people were doing it. Nobody English speaking was doing any. Some people were doing cut work, but they weren't doing this particular one style. But I ran across cut work needles where they actually had a set of 4 needles that had different blades on them, literally blades. And you use them to cut out the holes for the cut work. And the concept was first of all, you had to have the special cut work design because it came with it as a kit, I'm assuming. You had to have this special cut work design. Husqvarna uses them in FAF, PFAFF, whatever that is, FAF. They use them. I only could find the cut work needles for those 2 machines. And so I Google, look, and they said, wham, it's on Amazon. Went on Amazon. They're out of them. Don't know when they're going to get any more. So I Googled and looked again, and there was this one uh, embroidery machine um, supply store. I don't even remember the name of it. It said they had them. So I went online looking for them. And I even went on eBay. I mean, I looked on eBay, I looked everywhere because I said, this is very intriguing. And this would save me time. And I don't have to, I just want to see how this stuff works. And it was for either a multi-needle or single needle. It had the flat back. So it would fit in either machine. I go online and I chat with the person online, and she said, well, the one that you're looking at is for the FA, but we're out of them. And so I said, well, do you ever have any one for brother? Because she said it was a kit that went with that particular machine. So I said, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Then, I'm willing to get the kit for the brother just to see how this works because I'm curious. And she said, brother quit making them. So that was the end of that one. I won't ever be able to use it. But I just was wondering if anybody had ever heard of that before. Because I had never heard of that. And I was like, I always like to find new stuff because I was like, okay, I'm going to get this and figure it out and make a video. Show people about it. Because like Robin, you said, that's interesting. It was very intriguing to me to know that they had actually developed needles that had various points. One was round like a awl, like an AWL. One looked like one of these little um, like a spatula almost. That's not what you call it. A spade, I guess. Was not necessarily a spade, but I can't think of what you call it. Some garden tool. But anyway, it was 4 of them. They all had different tips. And the tips were specifically designed to cut out that particular hole. And like I said, I thought that was really intriguing and cool. And I wanted to get it. 40 some odd dollars, less than $50. I was like, okay, this is cool. And it would be worth introducing so people could try it out. But brothers don't do it anymore. And okay, Tisha, yes, my friend has a fall machine and she told me about the needles and kits for her machine. It's for their latest 2 machines. Okay, so you are aware of the cut work needles and stuff. Okay, well, they don't come for the brothers or the baby locks. I take that back. I thought I did see one for baby lock. And if it's for baby lock, then it should work for brother. I thought I saw, but nobody had them. That was the thing. Nobody had them. I called a couple of places. I looked on Amazon. I looked on on eBay. eBay had the big old thing saying, yes, we do have them. I went through and they had all of, because Inspire or Inspira, I think it was, is the company that makes these particular needles. So I Googled that, hoping I could go directly to the company. Nope, couldn't go directly to the company, couldn't find them. But then they sending me elsewhere. They sent me to Google, not Google. They sent me to Amazon. That was the first place they sent me to. Amazon said they're out, don't know when they're gonna get any more. Then sent me to eBay. eBay had a whole list of the different needles that they make. I went through and I found it, got to it. They out of stock. They don't have any. Then they sent me to a couple other employee embroidery supply places. Looked on there, out of stock. We don't sell them, whatever. I was like, well, dog. So you're saying that they're new and it's for their latest two machines. I don't have that machine. I don't have a Husqvarna. So I'm not gonna buy either one of those machines just to try it. But I am going to look again, see if I can find that baby lock. Bob takes way too long to get their products produced. She waited 2 years. What? For her machine, and she had to pay for it. In what? Why did she want one? I've never. Why would she want one of those machines? And are they connected with Husqvarna? And the reason I'm asking that is because I've seen places that sell the both machines more than once, the Husqvarna and the Fob. I've seen Husqvarna or Vikings. That's another one. Husqvarna and Vikings. So I'm just curious. That's the only sewing machine she will use. Okay. Well, she likes her machine. And if that's the thing, that's the thing. But I was just intrigued about those needles. I was like, that is so cool. I wonder why brothers quit making it. They probably didn't sell well, and they probably didn't sell well because people didn't know about them. Because I had never heard of them before, and I would not have heard from them about it then if I had not been looking up that one particular cut cut work design that I had purchased that I thought was so pretty. And then when I started, because I didn't read, I just saw the design. I didn't read. And when I read it and realized I'm not cutting all of those intricate cuts and stuff, I wanted to see, okay, well, how do people really do that? Do they really just cut all that stuff like that? And because the cut work that I did with the napkins, you stitched on there initially and then you cut so much of the napkin part away and then the rest of it stitched out as freestanding lace. So it really wasn't a lot of cut work. You had to do some, but you didn't do a lot. This other design that I have, it looks like it stitches directly on the material itself, and then you have to cut the holes out. So it's like the lace is stitched on top of the material, but in order for it to be cut work, you got to actually cut all that stuff out. And that was like, I don't I don't think that I would be able to do it correctly for one thing and make it look good and nice and neat. Um, okay, Sewing Machine Plus has cut work needle four in a pack for $47.99. That was the price that I saw. But what is it? What from what I was told, from what I was told is that it only works if you have the particular kit to go with it. Now that's what I was told. And that's what the lady told me yesterday when I was looking. So is it Sewing Machine Plus? Because I've used that may have been who I went to. It may have been who I went to. Genome. Okay. The one that popped up said Genome. Now there's another one that's Inspiring Embroidery Cut Work Needle Kit. Call for details. So I don't know what that means, but the one I'm looking at for Genome says $189, Tisha. I don't see the one that you got that says 47.99. Even though I did see one at yesterday that did say for the 47.99. That's interesting. This says $189. And then the other one that says Inspire Embroidery Cutwork Needle Kit says call for details. That's weird. That's weird. Bob has a Facebook group and they show cut work on there. Okay. And Robin, I see that one too. Okay. Are you seeing the Genome one that's for $189? Now I don't know what comes with that besides the needles, because I know like I said yesterday, I saw the one for 47 baby lock cut work needle. Okay, I thought I saw a baby lock one BNCW. Where did you find that, Tisha? Because I thought I saw one. I thought I saw one. I thought I saw one, but I don't know. I don't know where I saw it. I don't recall where I saw it. Oh, you see, baby lock, yeah. Oh, it's on Sewing Machine Plus too. Hmm. 9 times out of 10, it ain't in stock. 9 times out of two, it's not in stock. Well, mine isn't coming up. They trying to sell me machines. All I'm getting right now is machines and everything but that. It's interesting how everybody's internet is different. Not internet, but their when they Google, because I'm not getting it. But I know I saw it. I know I saw it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that I saw the baby lock one because I remember thinking if they had baby lock, then maybe they had a brother. But I can't find it right now. But anyway, I'm going to ask my friend about the false cut work. Her mother passed recently, so I'm giving her. So, okay, yeah. But I'll look that up again tomorrow and see about this particular cut work because it comes in a pack of four. I know that, and I know that it's for the lady said home machines because that particular company does not sell commercial machine products. So I'm not sure which company that was, but when I was Googling yesterday, I could have sworn I ran across a baby lot, but I didn't investigate that because I kept looking for brother. But they should work. If it works on a baby lock, it should work um, on a brother, especially since I know now that it is definitely a flat back. My only concern or question that I have now, according to what this lady told me yesterday, is that it has to be, you have to have that kit where it's programmed because the design tells the machine what needle to select because when you get to that particular point in the design, that's when you have to take out a regular needle and put in the appropriate needle, and they're color coded. So it'll tell you to put the blue needle in, the red needle, or whatever needle it is, depending upon what that cut is. That's how I understood it when I was reading about it, which makes perfect sense. So from what she was saying, you can't just get a regular cut work design period and use those cut work needles. I don't know, but I'm going to do more research and find out. And then I'll let you guys know what I find out about it because I think it's interesting. For me, I'm the type of person I like to find out all the different interesting stuff that you can do with your embroidery machine. Especially because I know there are some of us on here that use our machine to make money, but there's also a lot of us on here that do not. We just use our machine for fun, and for me, it's more fun. The more you know how to use your machine and do different stuff, the more fun you have, and the more designs and stuff that you can create. And it goes back to the original theme of Christmas in July and thinking about presents and gifts and what have you that you can make to either sell or give away as gifts and something different and unique because that's one of the in my opinion one of the best thing about knowing how to embroider is to be able to create beautiful things that are unique and different that people can't go to the store and buy. Nobody's going to be able to buy what you can create on your machine. Will not create on your machine, but create with your machine or create on your machine if you have that capability. But if you're going to embroider some kind of beautiful design or lace or whatever it is that you do, it comes from the heart for one thing. And not only that, they're not going to find that in the store. It's not mass produced. And usually it's customized to for that. If you're making something for, I know for me, if I'm making something for somebody, I have that somebody in mind, and I kind of know what they would like. I just and I don't know if she's on here or not because she hasn't gotten it yet. I think she'll get it tomorrow, but she'll get it when she gets it. I don't know. She probably ain't on. But anyway, um, my cousin um, has a medical issue going on right now that she told me about, and a heart situation, which kind of runs in our family. And I had already made her, and I've already told her this, so it's not a secret. I had made her a gift for her birthday, which was in June. She didn't get it yet. I just mailed it off, and I told her that. I said it's still sitting here, but you'll get it eventually. But I made her that particular gift, and I put in another gift that I was had in mind that I wanted to make her, and I finally made that and put it in the box. And then when she told me about her health situation, I got a shirt, and I put a unique design on it, specifically pertaining to her, that I think and hopefully she will appreciate and love. But she couldn't go to the store and buy that. She could not. It was personalized for her, and you just can't go to the store and buy that. And so that's what makes embroidery so special. And like for me, I thought about her situation and everything, and I saw this particular design, and I said, that's what I'm going to do. And then I personalized it. So even though it's a bought design, it's still different than what you can get at the store because I added stuff to it that you're not going to necessarily get. So that's what makes our gifts for any holiday, any gift, any birthday, Christmas, um, anytime your anniversary, weddings, whatever, for my son and his wife, when they got married last year, I made their gifts, and they're not going to go to the store and get that anywhere that I made for them. They're not going to do that, and everybody knows what their gift going to be. It's going to be something I made. They already know that. They ain't even got to worry about it. Yeah, mama going to give us something she made. But you're not gonna find. I mean, even if it's a tumbler or a cup or whatever, it's specific for you, and you're not gonna be able to buy that anywhere else because I've designed it, created it, formulated it, whatever you want to say, and made it something special for the person that I'm giving it to. And that's what makes it unique, and that's what makes embroidery, rhinestone, sublimation, quilting, or any other gifts that any other crafting things that we may be doing, that crocheting, all of that stuff is one of a kind that no one else can buy. And it just makes everything so sweet and wonderful and a good idea. So I'm hoping that we all got some good information tonight. I hope we all got some ideas about Christmas coming up, looking into some of these Christmas in July sales that are going on everywhere. If you're in the market of getting more designs or anything, then now's the time to do it because there's a lot of sales going on, and especially if you're looking for new designs and stuff, there's so many places out here that have their designs on sale. Catch up with some of them, get you a bunch of them, and save a lot of money, even if you're not going to use them this year. Because like I bought a bunch of them last year, and I know it's a ton of them I haven't even used yet. Probably end up buying some more because they're on sale, but you have them when you need them, and that's the good part. And Jackie, you say you love making gifts for your family and friends, and I do too. I really do. And I do put a thought into it when I do. Uh, when I make something, it speaks to whoever I'm giving it to, and I try to think about them as their personality, what they like, the colors, all of that kind of stuff. Uh, because I don't like giving people stuff that they're not going to use for one thing, because I call that a waste of money, and something that they can't get elsewhere, and something that I would want myself. Because if I don't want it, I don't think you want it. That's how I am. I'm not going to buy anything for anybody that I would not buy for myself. I was like, I ain't buying that. So I don't think you're going to want it either. And not, I mean, unless it's something somebody said they want or what have you, or I already know that they like it, or if it's a certain genre or something that they're into and I'm not into now, I'm not talking about that, but I'm just talking about, I guess, the quality of things and stuff like that. If I don't like it, no, I'm not going to get that to somebody. I wouldn't want it, so why would they want it? So that's how I am. But we've hit the 10 o'clock mark, so I am being respectful for you guys' time and everything. And I'm gonna look into this cutwork needle situation and see what I come up with, and if indeed it's available and can be used in a brother machine and all of that kind of stuff, that very well may be something. And if it's available, because like I said, everywhere I go, they don't have it. It's out of stock. I don't know why. But I just thought that that was so unique. So if I end up getting it, I'm gonna definitely let you guys know about it. Well, hello, how are you, dear Jeanette? At 10:01, I'm about to sign off. How you doing? How are you doing? And you said, Jackie, you say you love the chat. I'm so glad that you do, because I enjoy it too. I do think that we have good information, and we share stuff. You still, Jeanette, you said you were working on orders. Girl, make that money, make that money, make that money, honey. I don't blame you, child. That's what's important. That is what's important. Work on them orders and make that money, child. But I'm glad you stopped in to say hi anyway. No big deal. They posted information on the sewing. Oh, okay. I didn't get anything. And I signed up for it. She's saying um, they posted information on the Sewing and Quilt Show, which we talked about a while back, and it was several of us that said that we were going. And I think Tisha sent me information. Okay, Robin, you said you didn't get anything. And I signed up to get information, but I haven't gotten anything. So that's cool. I let us know what it is, because I don't know, because I'm interested in going, and I know there were other people that said that they were interested in going, and I know, I'm assuming you have to register. Yes, for the one in Fredericksburg. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I signed up for it. And like I said, Tisha sent me, I believe it was Tisha that sent me the information about it. I'm pretty sure of that. And I went through it and read it and all that kind of stuff. And they said, if you want to be on the list and whatever, whatever. And I signed up to be on the list. And I haven't gotten anything. I didn't get the info. Someone told me I will be posting it on the Facebook group. Oh, okay. Okay. I am going try to take some classes this year. I definitely want to go, plan to go. And do you know what classes they are signing off, Jackie? Okay, good night. Good night, Jackie. Anybody that want to sign off, go ahead and do that, because I was just getting ready to close shop until Jeanette came on. I didn't want to close the door in your face. Okay, the classes are on the site now. Okay. So I need to look that up and see what kind of classes they are having. And can you sign up now and register and all of that kind of stuff? So everybody that has to sign off, good night. I understand you all. Like I said, I was just getting ready to close shop. But I just wanted to talk to Jeanette for a few minutes about this about the thing in Fredericksburg. So it's on, and I have to admit, I'm not on your Facebook, so I'm gonna have to get on your Facebook thing. So can you put that in there right quick so I can know what your Facebook site is? Because I am not on it. I thought about that the other day that I wasn't on it, and I don't remember what you said the name of it of your Jackie. I mean Jeanette. I'm talking to you. If you can tell me what your Facebook thing is, you can register, sign up for classes now. Embroidery happy hours. That's your Facebook. Okay. Okay. I just signed up to join. Now you got to let me in. Embroidery happy hour adventures. Okay. So once I get accepted, then I will go on there and look for uh, what I want to look for. So I am going to go ahead and sign off since, like I said, people are saying good night and everything, and um, I had just started my closing talk. And good night, Kristen, and anybody else that wants to sign off. Good night. See you guys next week. Don't know what the topic is going to be. Don't know what hairstyle I'm going to have on. Oh, for my birthday, I decided to get me a few little friends to see what the new looks would be. I already had some. There, I got some gray wigs that I've worn. I think I have a black one or something, but anyway, I hadn't had any blonde ones, so I said, let me try the blonde, see how that goes. And so, good night to everybody, and I will talk to you all next week. Take care. Bye bye.